Marzo.
Nothing's coming through yet.
You know where I'm at.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Go for it.
Hello everyone, welcome to LPSA, Living Positive San Antonio. Today is the 22nd, I believe it's the first day of fall. I've been told a couple times, so happy fall equinox or whatever it is right now. We're going to go over real quickly the numbers for COVID. Tonight we're going to talk about, for our subject, we're going to discuss whether you send nudes to people you meet online or your significant slash fetishes, because we will also talk about some fetishes. Our numbers, we are in the safe zone right now. Everything is remaining in a 2-week decline. As a matter of fact, today's new cases are 196. That's the most we've had in a couple of weeks for a single day. I don't know about today, but I do know yesterday we only had 1 death due to COVID, so our numbers there have been, again, tracking down. Our testing capacity is safe. Our contact tracing is safe. Hospital trends are steady. Our doubling rate is safe. Our positivity rate is staying good at moderate, and our hospital stress is steady. We do have 233 hospitalized, 86 ICU patients, and 42 patients on the ventilators. I do want to give a quick disclaimer. Tonight's discussion topic is going to be somewhat graphic, so if you have children in the area, please keep them in another room so that they are not necessarily hearing some of the language that's going to talk about. And the language will have to be graphic about the subject that we're talking about sometimes tonight. So I'm going to get the other people here to join me. Tonight is going to be Mark, Santiago, John, and we have a guest with Benjamin.
Hello, guys. Hey, hold up, guys. I just got a message on Grindr. They're asking me for my dick picture. Mark, do you get that asked a lot?
Yes, I do actually. I get asked for dick pics and ass pics and body shots. I don't take pictures of my body because I'm really uncomfortable. I love my body no matter what, but still I'm really uncomfortable with it.
You're so funny.
Thank you. Ass, I don't have an ass, thank you. I'm not a bottom. I don't care about it. I shut up. And so, dick pics, of course, if you ask. And I do have a few on my phone. Do I send them out? Why do I have them on my phone? I do send them out every once in a while. And I need to know the person pretty well. If I want to send something out. Is it guaranteed it's mine? Nope. I'll tell you the truth. It's not guaranteed. You might be surprised, the color and the size. And so it doesn't go with mine.
is it pink or is it black?
You'll be surprised. Ask me for one, you'll get one. And so that's on my behalf. Now Santiago, do you?
I'm gonna go with no. And I've had a lot of people that ask me, hey, send me a dick picture, send me that picture. I go, no. I was like, oh, come on. I won't give it to nobody. Like, one, I don't know who the fuck you are. Sorry, I cussed, my bad. I don't know who you are for me to be sending me a picture. And look, I am not running for office. I am not doing this and that and the third. But I'm a little bit more concerned. If you really want an ass picture or a dick picture, then, whenever we chill, you can take all the pictures you want. But as for me to send you one, I'm not going to do that. Because, I am part of the Ryan White Planning Council, and I am also part of other committees. I don't need that coming back and kicking the ass. I had a friend that ended up doing a video, which I'm kind of going off the subject, but his goal was to be a teacher. He ended up doing a sex video, and it got on Tumblr, went on and around and everything, and it came out that he couldn't be the teacher because they were going to look at it, or they saw that, and well, you have to find another career. Same thing for me. I'm not saying I'm trying to run for office, I'm not trying to be mayor or sheriff or anything, but I'm not gonna send you a dick or that picture. It's like, if you're that thirsty for that, then, you know, go find somebody else. I don't have to send you that. Either you like me for who I am, for what you see, or you don't. But if you're just interested in my dick or my ass, I just don't like it.
Okay, well, on that note,
I'll send my best shot. For free.
okay, and you know? Would you send pictures?
Yeah, no, I have. And actually, last night I got one. He sent a picture of that. We had met earlier that day to go to the park and stuff like that. And yeah, he just sent it up. He bent over for me. I saw a jock strap on, and I mentioned it in the text, and he said, so he ended up sending it to me. I think that is, I mean, that's kind of like, you know, sending pictures, kind of like, I mean, I guess seeing what you're gonna get into. Checking out the product before you touch it. I don't know, but yeah, I mean,
That's like window shopping.
there you go, like window shopping, you know. And then, I mean, I'm for it. I mean, all for it. I mean, if you want to show it to me,
But would you send one of yours?
but me,
Yes.
hell yeah. Like I mean, like I want you to see what you might potentially have the opportunity to.
You know,
But anyways, play with or whatever. So I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm comfortable with myself. I like my body, all parts of my body, and yeah.
I have a question. If you were in a more, like he was talking about somebody who's going to be a teacher, if you were in a position like that, would you be less likely to send a nude of any kind?
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends on like where you're sending it to. Like, I mean, do you know this person? I mean, like, have you like talked to this person?
It's just a random guy on Grindr.
Random?
Okay, now, but you're talking about random guys, but would you be more likely to send that to your partner, say?
No, exactly. If it was my partner, yeah, that's fine. It's like, yo, babe, you missed me? Yo, you missed my dick? Okay, I got you. Boom. I'm sending it to my partner. But for me to send it on Grindr to some random dude, no, dude, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, no. And how do I know that the picture you're sending me is really your dick or your ass picture?
That's very
So,
true.
so again, unless it's like you said, a video and you saw him in the job strap, you saw the face. Okay, but still, it doesn't mean I have to send it. I just don't have to send you news. It's like
can be
I'm good.
selective.
And I love my body. I mean, I'm a little extra fluffy this COVID weight, but I'm good. Trust me, I have no complaints. Nobody's ever complained, so I'm good. And just like Mark's never had any complaints because he always says he's never been rejected.
Nope.
So again, he's had no complaints. So he doesn't have to send his dick or ass picture. I don't have to. If you're that thirsty to look for my dick or my ass picture, you know, that's pretty sad. You know, then that's where it becomes just a fuck.
But you see, it really is just a fuck. Excuse my
Yeah.
language. Basically, that's what it is. If
Well,
you're
that's
on
what
you're on Grindr, you're on Adam for Adam.
That's the point of Grindr. Right?
Yeah, when you're in those apps, that's what it is for. And like you said earlier, you don't do it because you're in all these programs or whatever you want to call them,
Okay.
agencies that you work for, you volunteer for.
Yeah.
But it still lands. I'm not saying that you are, but I'm going to use this as an example. It still lands that you're on all these apps getting laid every single day. It's basically the same situation
It's
because
not.
it's because you're putting yourself out there still, no matter what. And to me, the way I see it is, if you're putting yourself out there, people are seeing your penis all the time.
Yes.
Penis.
What are we, like 5 years old?
Yes, we got 5 years old. And so, so it is what it is. Like I said, I've sent some of mine, real pictures of mine. Like you said in a sense, to my partners. If someone out there wants to see it, you're gonna get something from someone else. As simple as that. I don't know who you are.
Exactly.
And it's not like I'm going on Grindr, on whatever, Facebook, putting my business out there, my peanuts or my dick, whatever you want to call it, out there, because it's gonna slap you in the face down the road.
Yeah, and I agree, it is gonna slap me in the face later on.
But no matter what, if you send it to your partner, if you and your partner leave in bad terms,
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, you know, and again,
it's a chance you're taking.
and that's funny you bring that up, because, a couple years.
show the face.
Couple years ago, and I've mentioned this a couple times, there was, on Tumblr, 210 Sucias. 210, what else was it? 210, Dirties or something like that. It was some guy that I feel that must have been rejected
Quite a few times.
quite too many times, that he was blasting either his ex-boyfriend or other men that he got rejected
But
by.
you gotta ask yourself, this person who was on Tumblr at the time, and thank God it's no longer there, was putting everything on blast. How did he get those pictures? How
So-
did he get that? Did he
Now, question, are y'all afraid of that ever happening to you? I mean, most of y'all are not afraid of sharing
but that's the
pictures.
funny thing. It's never happened to me. And trust me, I've always gone in there looking to see if I've ever been there. But did I find my friends in there? Yes, the guy that was going to be a teacher, I found him on there. And his video was there, and they pretty much criticized him and said, here's XYZ, and here's his video, he's a dirty whore or blood or whatever, you know? And there were other, I guess, jilted ex-boyfriends that would blast other people. Or even people that were taking pictures of the guys they were screwing, if there were bottoms and he was the top. There was one that would take videos and put them on blast to make himself look good, you know. So that's crazy, because it's like you have no privacy. If I send you this, it's because I sent it to you, not because I want it everywhere else. Again, I'm not a celebrity or anything, but my shit is private. It's like, if I'm sending it to you, I'm sending it to you. I'm not sending it to you, because if I wanted that, then I might as well open up a fan page only.
Yeah.
If I wanted that, and make some money off of it, of my dick pic or my ass picture. But no, it's like I hold myself to a better standard. I'm not that thirsty. I'm not even that thirsty to be asking you. You send me your pictures, that's on you. I didn't ask you. You send them to me. So if you send them to me, hey, that's on you. Oh, I send you my dick picture, I send you ass picture. Did I ask you? No, I didn't. Did you read my profile? No, you didn't. It's like, oh, you're just, oh, when you don't do that, what happens? They get mad. Oh, you're just old. Or you're fat. Or I was like, oh, now because I'm old and fat, because I did not send you an ass picture or send you a dick picture. Now you want to, to shame me. Like,
Well, since you said that, do you think people that shame you like that
yes.
want to get that dick pic or ass pic or whatever and share it later?
You don't send them.
Yeah, I know, but let's say you don't send them. Do you think that person that's shaming you
No, they're
is shaming? Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
you think they're shaming you because they wanted that ass pic or that dick pic to publish someplace else? Take yours. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And I think so. I think you're right. I think that they'll use them for themselves to, give them to somebody else. Because
That's how I look out for farmers. Well, I call them farmers. People who want your dick pic or your ass pic so they can use them either in a fake profile or to send them out
Right.
oh yes,
publicly.
picture collectors.
Yeah.
Where they're taking pictures of your stuff and then send it to somebody else. Oh, this is my ass or this is my dick and everything.
Then you get there and it ain't even there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, okay.
But what about you, John? I mean, how many people have asked you, and how many times have you asked somebody for a dick picture or ass picture?
A few times. Yeah. But I wasn't asking that I wouldn't give them anything in return.
Right.
Now, were you asking for these pics because you were expecting a hookup or?
Yeah. Yeah. And I expected going out on that night. So let's do this. Come on.
Come on, right now.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, if I send a picture out to you, it's because I'm feeling some kind of way and I wanna perform. So yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Okay, so for one, I have to get pics to give them out. For two, I'm very select. You know, not everyone who I do give it to, because yeah, you know, even though I will give a picture or 3 or 4, I was like, here, this is, you know, so the way they got angles, they got, you know, looking up at me, looking down, looking sideways from each end, you know, everything. But I have had someone say something about my body before. A
Like
couple
what?
times. About, because, I don't know, maybe because of the weekend, but I don't know.
So, in other words, it was body shaming.
Yeah, body shame, like.
Yeah, so
Yeah, like nothing about anything else. Everything else was complete compliments, and then in person even more compliments. And you know, like down to like, you know, even my smell was just like complimented. I was just like, well, damn, okay. You know,
But
after that,
after that,
did you receive like, did you stop sending out nudes for a while after that, or like did you?
Oh,
Well, no, that's the thing. I don't just go sending them out randomly. If they're asked of, I, at my own discretion, you know, we'll just get them out. But I'm not gonna be a teacher, not gonna be a doctor, all that stuff already, you know, I know that, either, for some reason I wouldn't pass it, so, or it's just not a profession I wanna get into. So I don't think I would have that problem to worry about my stuff ending up publicly humiliating. Then I'm kind of, I'm actually very confident with what I have, and kind of like not lacking the confidence that if it did show up anywhere, well then I'd be like, hey, well that was mine, you know? Kind of up to it, well, whatever.
What other subjects do we have online? What other subjects do we have?
We're also going to talk about some fetishing.
Oh, I guess, but if it's someone who I'm with, they get tips all the time. Like, okay, here, I need you to handle this.
True.
Yeah, you know?
Well, since you mentioned if you will send pics, if somebody asks for a fetish of yours, do you let them know what type of fetishes you have?
Of course. I mean, if someone would ask if I have a fetish, I would tell them what my fetishes are. I think everybody would. I will not go into my deep fetishes right away because I feel that I can scare someone with it. So I keep my deepest fetishes to myself. And when I get to know that person, we'll go from there.
Then the whips come out.
I don't do whips.
It's the chains.
Junior high.
We went from 5th grade to junior high. Okay. Yeah, fetishes. I mean, we all have fetishes. I mean, I love eating ass. That's my thing. Yeah.
I don't think eating behind is a fetish. I don't.
What would you consider it?
That's just regular sex. I think a fetish is like golden showers, scat, public play, stuff like that. That's a fetish. Eating ass is not a fetish. I think that's just part of sex itself.
Well, now I have a question, because I consider it.
It's like,
It's debatable.
if you eat ass, you know, hey, hit me up. Well,
a question.
Like, get online and say you eat ass. You know, if you don't like your ass eating out, just say that. You know, like you say, if you like golden showers, hey, say it. You know, stand up for it and say, hey, I love golden showers. I like to be pissed on, or I like to piss on you.
Well, I have a question real quick. Isn't a fetish isn't that supposed to be something that turns you on?
Exactly.
And if eating ass turns you on, isn't that a fetish?
Yeah, like role playing and stuff.
How is it not a fetish? That's something you like. Not that many people like it.
Okay, then a blowjob is a fetish.
Yeah, I think people can have blowjob fetishes. Seriously.
I don't consider that a fetish.
I mean-
that is just part of
I'm good with that. Blowjob's not a fetish. Blowjob's a blowjob.
No, I mean, I think if that's how that person gets turned on by giving a blowjob or getting a blowjob, I think that can be a fetish.
Well, no, it depends. I mean,
If someone look at the definition of fetish.
but it also depends. I mean, if the blowjob consists of many guys coming on your face, then that would be a fetish. Like maybe that's what turns you on. Maybe that's why you go to the bathroom.
That's a fetish. that is a fetish.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's a
what you said is
fetish. But when you're just blowing a guy out randomly, or some guy just blows you,
That's normal.
that's just normal everyday
Yeah.
sex. I mean, your wife does that. Your husband does
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Would you consider this a fetish? Because I love underwear. I love to see a guy in underwear. Do you consider that a fetish? And I mean, that's something that turns me on.
Underwear is considered to be a fetish. That's a fetish.
Okay. And especially like you just want your man in only white tighties. That's a fetish as well.
It's like wearing diapers. I know this guy who wears diapers in public. I mean, of course, under shorts and what have you. That's a fetish.
I say I would consider that a fetish, definitely.
Yeah, that's what should be a fetish. It's what turns him on.
I think that's just old.
No, it's not old. He is 23 years old. It's not old.
He's how old?
23. And yes, and he enjoys wearing Pampers.
Pampers.
And it just,
It must feel good against him or something.
Huh? the what?
It must feel good against him or
It,
something.
it feels good.
Well, I think that's also another definition. It not only does it turn you on, does it feel good to you? Does it give you sexual
No, 'cause like,
relief?
Okay, so the certain underwear, right? Like, okay, so I've had some really good underwear. And like really good fabric and everything. It's just like the feel like the sensation of them are just so like sensational. You have like orgasmic. Sometimes you rub on it the right way. But you gotta know what kind of underwear to get. Maybe that's what that person's going through with the diapers.
He loves diapers, and he gets them online.
I wonder what other fetishes there are.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's everything's a fetish. I mean,
Like so some people like really skinny petite people, the twinks. That's a fetish.
no, that's more preference. That's not a fetish.
No.
I mean, there's since you mentioned fetishes, obviously there's the whips and chains. That's a fetish.
Okay.
We mentioned the underwear.
Yeah, that's a,
Golden showers. That's a fetish.
Scats are fetish.
Scat's a fetish.
I don't know.
yeah.
It just depends who you are. How about you, John? Do you have any fetish?
I think you guys said that already.
He said, let me pull out that list.
I don't think so.
So has
I
anybody
mean,
ever
I
asked
like
you?
eating ass.
Hey, go.
Um,
But has anybody ever gone to you and said, "Hey, I want you to fart in my face," or "I want you to piss on me," or "I want you to do that"? Have you ever been part of a fetish?
We are going to get so kicked out.
I've had someone ask me to piss on them, and
But no, I mean, having somebody, you talk about scat, having somebody crap on you, that's a fetish.
I wonder.
Oh yeah,
I
that's a
wonder
fetish.
what-
Not my kind of fetish, but
What is that like? What kind of sensation does that bring you? Like peeing and
Some
yeah,
people have the
yeah.
warmness of it. They get off to it.
yeah.
When you piss on someone, shit on someone, excuse me, it's warm, and that's what they enjoy. They love. I know some people. I'm just saying. I know this guy who hits me up all the time. I'm actually a messenger, and he wants me to shit on him. And I always answer, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm not into that. But I respect him because he does have his little, I guess, clientele who does it to him. And he has told me before, come over to my house and see what I do, what I'm into. Let's see if it motivates you to do it. It's not gonna happen. It's not for me. It may be for you, but not for me. I believe everybody has their own fetishes. Like I said, I have mine. You said you have yours, or no?
I don't.
He's still like in shock over there.
Still like fetishes or pet peeves, like
Do you have fetishes besides soap pop eating ass?
I don't know. I really can't. You know what? For a while, I was an exhibitionist. Most of my apartments have always had a balcony. So
okay.
to fuck somebody outside in the balcony and someone get caught but not get caught, that's somewhat of a fetish. It's like it's a thrill. It's a high.
That's not. Yeah.
So, stuff like that. I used to fuck my ex-wife at the park. And we chill about it, and one day a cop passed by, and it looked like she was just on my lap, like I was just hugging her, but I was actually going like this, fucking the fuck out of her. You know, it's like, that was cool, that's a high. You know, but there's a fetish of doing stuff like that. Going to peep shows. Matter of fact, that's a fetish. Going to,
Stores, radio things you're talking about?
yeah, they don't have them here as much as they have them like in Pennsylvania. Where,
They used to have them here, the city closed them down.
what a loss. But in Pennsylvania, we would go in there, pay $10 for all day to go watch straight porn, but everybody, there were guys all against the wall with their dick out. Either they wanted to play with their dick or they wanted their dick sucked or something like that. Again, there was some, a fetish could be even going in New York and going to all the peep shows, the booths, and going in there and doing the same thing, but in a booth. You know, until they start closing that shit down and everything. Thank you, Mayor Giuliani. Oh, at that time it was Giuliani. You know, closing that stuff. But everybody has a fetish.
Since you mentioned having sex outside, has
Well, that's
any of
pretty
y'all had sex outside?
Outside? You have one? I think we all have.
Yeah.
A lot.
Now, have you done it in quote a dangerous situation?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I asked that because he mentioned the cop. I remember I was having sex with a guy on a bridge once.
It's the whole point of possibly get caught.
Getting caught.
Yeah. It's getting caught. Or it's just the excitement.
Does that add to the feeling of the sex? What am I trying to look at?
Because that's where you want to go in harder.
It like escalates it like to like a whole nother level. So
I agree.
That's when you really want to give it to them and make
Yeah.
them moan, make them scream. And I guess that's a fetish as well, because you want to put that. You have brought that up, pain. There's some people that want
Yeah.
to be hurt. They want you to.
Well, that
throw
comes to the
something
whips
in
and
there
chains
like
type things, yeah.
Crazy, where you're starting to bleed or your pelvic is hurting because you're hitting it so hard. You know.
okay.
Since you mentioned the web,
We're gonna change the subject and then it's not topic. We're gonna be changing topics here, constantly. John, do you have anything you wanna talk about?
Oh, hi.
maybe something like look like your picture when you send it.
Yeah, like look like I mean at least. Okay, so I went on a date, and this guy did not look like his picture at all. Nothing at all. Like I swear this picture was from like 50 pounds ago. And
Not years, pounds.
you know, like I was like, wow, like for real. And but I was still nice. I was very nice about it. But I mean, at least be honest, like about like what's going on. I mean, if I come and like you were talking about sending pictures earlier. I mean, I would hope that you would at least give me some type of respect to where, well, maybe that's not even needed. Respect. I mean, if you're sending pictures to each other.
You know, my pictures are recent. I know people who post pictures, they're, what, it looks like 5-10 years back.
What is a recent picture to you? A year, less, 6 months,
I'd say 3 months.
3
Actually,
months?
you know that's good. What is the definition
But
of recent?
but some people like myself can so I don't know if it's from my facial features or what. I have always had this issue where from one day to the next my pictures never look the same. From one day to the next my weight is never the same. I fluctuate. So it depends on what the lighting is, what the angles are, whatever. And so meanwhile, I don't know if I'm deceiving anybody or whatever, but I mean I feel heavier than what I am. And I jumped on the scale and I didn't gain any weight. My body just flips out. But I probably, because like that's kind of like something that makes someone self-conscious too, because I don't know what body type I am, but someone tried saying that I was like an otter or something. I was like, what the hell's an otter? I'm not hairy. I'm not hairy. I do have a butt.
An otter is hairy.
Huh?
I don't think an otter is hairy.
Okay.
I think an otter
It's like
has.
dog shaped, because if you look at an otter,
Yeah, but no, but I mean, like,
it goes
I-
like this.
How would someone like me define myself in my profile? Like my body type?
And actually, why should you define yourself though? Why should you define
No,
yourself
but
as an
it
otter,
does-
a
no,
bear?
But it does ask for a reason because people are looking for a specific thing. Some people want a specific thing, some people don't.
Okay, going back to the pictures.
Yeah. But like
you
50 pounds
you
ago,
say you use a recent picture.
I use recent. Yeah.
Are you in any of the apps?
Facebook dating. That's about it.
Oh, sad.
I'm sorry. I've been on Grindr before. I just
Why did you get off?
Too much
You
grinding.
know what? I don't like it when they. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't like when they leave. Like, and I never talk to them again.
Oh, that would be ghosting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Well,
what?
no, like we spend time together, and then
They just
that was it. You know what I mean? And
I hate that too.
And no, I don't talk to them either. I don't try or make an attempt to. But I mean, still, it's kind of
Do you
like,
feel empty?
yeah, I feel like real ugly about myself.
Okay, hold on.
What do you
You're,
feel like?
you're talking about, are you talking about meeting someone, let's use Jace, meeting Jace and on the app, on Grindr, and hooking up with Jace,
Yes.
and then Jace never.
Never talks to me again.
Okay,
After
why-
that,
why-
freaking like
why-
5 minutes.
My,
and you're
my
like,
question to you is, why would you feel empty if it was just a screw?
well, there's something there. I think. I mean, I think when you.
But you invested time. That's what you mean by something there. 'Cause
But
you
see, I feel the same way he does.
Good point.
I feel like if I have invested the time in letting somebody come over and having sex, so
If
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a screw, it's just a screw. If you're getting on these apps, you're not looking for really a boyfriend or a husband. It's happened before. I'm not saying it doesn't. But if you want that connection with someone, you're looking at the wrong faces.
and in which case he is on the right app to look for that.
Screw though?
So,
Is it really just ever a screw?
Yeah.
though? There's like pieces like every time you have like a sexual partner, I feel like you take away pieces from you, like your personality, like your self-esteem, something is taken
Well,
away.
they call those ties.
Yes.
Call those
That's
what?
they're called. It's mentioned in a biblical sense.
Yeah.
It's called a tie. So every time you sleep with this person and you're tied to them, that means you're also tied to this person who they slept with too.
Well, again, and that's
It's a
it's
sexual
funny that
tie.
you said that because
It's a
I've
sexual
always
tie.
referred to San Antonio as a big old recycle bin. Because let's say,
but you are part of that recycle bin.
right, we
Like
all
I
are.
am, like you are,
Yeah.
like you are.
We have all decided
We all
to go
do
green.
we recycle like crazy and get nothing out of it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we unfortunately got shit out of it, but
Okay, that's another subject.
that's another subject. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. But what he was saying about, you feel some sort of way. Yeah, you do feel some sort of way because you end up being like rejected. Like you weren't even given an explanation why you were ghost. It's funny because I want to talk about being ghost and being blocked next week. But kind of looks like we're talking about it today.
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay.
We're actually asking y'all, what do you think is the difference between being ghosted and being blocked? Like, truthfully,
Well, you mentioned ghosted. Would you consider that same as being catfished?
Oh.
no, catfish is totally different.
Totally different.
Also, too, what about removing yourself from the app?
Well, that's totally different. Don't change the subject. Here we change the subject.
Different things.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay. Okay. Going to being ghosted and being blocked. Now I've been on Grindr and I just go through all the people like nope, block, nope, block, nope, block. There's two reasons. One, you don't want them hitting you up because they're not your type.
Right.
So there was no conversation. So you're not ghosting them. You're blocking them. But when you block them, what happens? More people come forward. So the more people you block, the more potential of ass you're gonna get. So you block 10, guess what? You got 10 new people on there. But ghosting, you're talking to somebody and now you're not feeling them, and now you're like,
Have you ghosted anybody?
I really don't ghost people. I just no. What I tell them, look, I'm not interested, but thank you, and I don't do it because I don't want that happening to me. So I don't do nothing. But when they start hitting me up, and send me the same ass picture, the same dick picture, and say, hey, I'm on time to see, it's like, yo, dude, I told you I'm not interested. I told you numerous times I'm not interested. And I'm not trying to get dick. And leave it at that. What happens? Like another month later, 2 months later, they hit me up again. Hey, just want to see how you're doing. See if you want to come over and and fuck me. It's like, dude, I already told you, now I'm gonna have to block you. So I'm not ghosting you, I'm telling you I'm blocking you.
Now,
Ghosting is just like, we were talking, we went out on a date or something like that, and you got your free meal, and poof, you disappeared. Like a ghost. Like Casper the Mexican ghost.
Have you been ghosted?
Ghosted. Yeah, no, well.
But go on.
This is working.
Go on.
Yeah, I've been ghosted. I think it was like, I don't like try to reach out to you again after that. I mean, I figure like that's kind of like the same, but I just, in the same sense, like they don't try to reach out to me, so.
Right.
And I guess I'm not so much of the pursuer, you know what I mean? In some cases, like most of the time I just wait for you to come to me, that's a problem for me.
No, I agree. I'm not a chaser. I like to be chased.
Yeah,
But once you bore me, I'm not interested. I'm like, I'm moving on to the other 8 guys I'm talking on Grindr, or Scrub, or Adam, or Facebook dating. Because sometimes if they're not holding your attention,
yeah,
you're bored. It's like, okay, there's nothing to talk about other than hi, good morning, bye, I'm going to bed.
exactly.
So have you ever ghosted, or do you block a lot of people? You said, right?
I really don't block. I probably block, 3 people. That's about it. The reason I block them, they were extra in your words. They would not understand what the word no means. If it was a constantly message after message, show me your pics, show me this, show me that. And after I've been telling you 5 times, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
And then they start with, well, I know where you live. Everybody knows where I live. I know your number. Everybody knows my number. I could block you there too. Who cares? So that's where I block people. But if you're not my type, if you say hi, I'm gonna say hi. I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and I'm gonna let you know straight up. I'm not looking for what you're looking for. As simple as that. And the conversation stays level.
So these guys.
It's not
You're
a
being
point.
cordial.
It's not. Yes, it's not a point that I'm gonna be a dick and say you're not my type, blah blah blah. It's not gonna happen, all this bullshit. It's a good conversation where they're like, okay, cool. Guess what? I made a new friend.
Okay.
Have you ever been ghosted? You were talking about ghosted.
No.
Have you ever been?
No, I'm not. It just no.
Okay.
I'm not on the apps to get laid. I'm there for, believe it or not, for the group, where a lot of people reach out to me. I'm there, I got a lot of friends on them, on the apps. But to get laid, honestly, no. It's just, if you know me, a little bit about me, you know me, I'm not into sex too much. I mean, talk about it, I used to be. I'm to that age of my life at this moment that sex is not important to me. Getting laid is not important to me. I'd rather have a conversation with you, go out to dinner with you, and have a good time. And sex is not important to me. And quite a few people recently noticed that, found out that about me. Because if John comes to the group and tells everybody that I hit on them, that I wanted to go to bed with them, I have a handful of people who could actually say, no, it's not gonna happen. It didn't happen. Because I'm not the kind of person who's gonna hit on John, hit on you, hit on you, hit on you. It's not gonna happen. I may have a conversation with you that we had before, certain things, but that's a private conversation. That's totally different. It was not trying to get laid with you. It's just, if you know me, you know who I really am.
But that's good that you brought something up, when they say, oh, he's trying to have sex with me, or something, or so like, and I've always said, keep a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a receipt because, if you told him no, you're not my top and everything, and now he's telling everybody, hey, he wants to fuck me, and like, where's the receipt? Where's the proof that Mark is saying that he wants to do this and that with you?
I'm a good example. About, I'd say about a month, I could be wrong on the time, but this person turned around and told a few people that they came over to my place, to my house, after the bars, when the bars were open. It was actually, sorry, yeah, it was, they went to Luther's,
Mhm.
and they came over to the house. And he turned around and told a few people that I took out my manhood and asked if they blow me. First thing, I will not do that. Okay. Second thing, this person never came to my house. And he turned around and told these people he denied it. It never happened. Then, a couple of days ago, the same person hit me up on Grindr. He wanted to come over and mess around. And I turned around and told him no. So with that, I didn't give him the reason or anything. I just told him no. It's not gonna happen. First thing, I'm not a hoe. Second thing, it's not that simple or easy for someone to go down on me. And like I said, sex is not important to me.
I'm a hoe.
Yeah, he is.
But we will. And I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. Earlier we did post a link for Anonymous. So if you have questions or comments and you feel like you don't want to be judged by your name being put out there on Facebook, there's a link, get on Anonymous. So we had one person say something. Anonymous said that sex with an ex-con you knew in prison is a fetish. That sex with an ex-con you knew in prison is a fetish.
That's just old times.
I'm trying to understand if that's a question.
No, it's
Or- or
I mean,
comments.
was it a comment?
No, I
Or I
think
wonder
it was
if he made it a
information.
question,
They were
is sex
implying-
with,
No, it's common.
Okay, it's a comment.
but I
You
mean,
know what?
could it be that he meant it as a question, is
I know
sex?
exactly what it means. It means that their fetish was having sex
Oh,
with
that's
the
their
couple
fetish?
they were present.
Oh, and that's cool. I mean, yeah, that'd be. I can see that as a fetish when you're just into, cons and everything. They got that prison thing.
You talked
going
about the
on.
tattoos
Looking
earlier.
all sexy, all tattoos and everything, and they're like looking at you like, yo,
Just wanna rub those
I want some chon chon. It goes back to watching, I forgot what movie, and they go to the guy, yo, I want some chon chon. Trying to reenact that position. I can see that if your fetish is cons, or ex-cons. And what I mean by cons, I mean convicts, prisoners, or whatever you want to call them. So I just wanted to answer that. That was a good question, comment, whatnot. But going back into ghosting and blocking, ghosting is just, there's some people that, you actually brought this up. Sometimes people are not ghosting, people will just end up turning down or shutting off their apps because they got tired of it and they want to just get off of it. It's not because they're ghosting you or blocking you, it's because they just don't want to be on there, on Grindr or whatever. It happens on Facebook too. Some people just get tired of all the bullshit on Facebook, so what do? They turn off their Facebook, and just maybe 3 months later, 6 months later, boom, all their feeds start popping up again. I'm like, I thought you blocked me. I was all pissed off and everything. Hit up one of my boys like, yo, what the fuck? Why'd you block me and everything? But I didn't block you. I just got tired. It's like me and my ex broke up, and I didn't want to see her feeds or shit like that. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. Well, next time fucking give me a heads up. I thought you fucking pissed me off. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't know what I was gonna say after that.
Well, yeah, like some people they'll either use their account or delete it, whatever, just because maybe at that time it's just not what they're going for.
Yeah, if I start talking to somebody, then I'm gonna actually kind of mute that, just put that to the side while I'm talking, investing time into this one person.
Okay. At that note.
Oh, that too.
What time is it?
7:45.
Okay, we said it was good 15 minutes. Let's talk about STDs. Okay. We're talking about Grindr and all that stuff. That's part of Grindr itself. We can go down the table, start with Santiago, really going this way, talk about what do you think the STD is. You don't have to say if you have an STD or not. You don't have to. None of them do. But how do you feel about STDs and the apps and San Antonio itself?
You know, and we brought this numerous of times, that San Antonio is one of the top 10 in the United States, for STDs, and that's pretty bad. You know, you got syphilis, you have gonorrhea, you have chlamydia, you have all these. I'll be honest, have I had them? Yes, I have. That's one thing I really never ask people if they've had any symptoms. I just end up having sex, and a few weeks later, either I get the itch or I see something that's not supposed to be there. I call my doctor, I get the 2 penicillin shots. I'm like, he goes, again? I go, "This is San Antonio, what do you expect?" And I'm serious, that is my
Now,
my remark.
when you find out you have an STD, do you stop having sex until you know you're clear?
I definitely stopped. I was just like, you know, it's like, now I gotta stop for what they tell you, like a week and a half. They tell you like a week, but try to go for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I know that.
they don't want you doing nothing because they want all that stuff in there, you know. But again, I mean, getting those shots on your butt, on both cheeks, yo. If you have a bony butt, that really hurts. But if you have a
Oh, you probably don't have any worries then.
no, it still hurts. They end up still finding the muscle because it still hits the muscle.
Yeah.
You have a big butt. It still hurts as hell. But you know, I have got it. But that's one thing that we need to start asking people when we are on there. You know, if we're that quick to say, "Hey, I'm positive," or "I'm undetectable," we need to start saying, "Hey, any STDs that I need to worry about?" You know.
Well, I think on the other hand, we also need to, even if we may not have an STD at the time, we need to let people know that we've had one in the past.
You're right.
Now, John, you?
Well, yeah, those shots definitely do suck. So I guess, like last time we spoke about, I guess it's just really just assume everybody has a STD and, you know, wrap it up. And that whole, like, fellatio, like, with a condom on, I mean, that seems really kind of, I mean, you're supposed to, but I mean, that's far out there, you know what I mean?
I never knew a new person who'd done that.
who
I've
gets
tried
it?
to do it before, and
You tried it?
I don't want plastic in my mouth. Anyways, but
I don't want to taste the condom.
Wait, what did you say? Did you say I was thinking about?
I don't want that rubber stuff in my
The
mouth.
spermicide.
What's the real thing?
But you know, I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I've never had anybody say, "Hey, maybe one. I think once one guy did. Hey, I'm gonna put this condom and so I can blow you. All right, good to go. But I've never said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it on there and go from there." You know, that's interesting. But you know, we're talking about that. We're talking about STDs. So, but we're not really talking about is barebacking when we have to worry about STDs. We're just barebacking. We're just doing what we do and not thinking about it.
Do you think people get hooked on the barebacking specifically of HIV, not worried about the other STD? They're only worried about the HIV. Do you think that's why people avoid barebacking or do
A lot of
barebacking?
people bareback because they feel they really had everything. And a shot is a shot. If you're HIV, okay, good example, a friend of mine who's HIV positive, barebacks only. If you get to STD, he's okay with it. It's part of what he calls his nature. It's gonna happen, because he knows he's barebacking. He knows something's gonna come up one of these days, and he's okay with it. You?
Okay, so
It's your turn, man.
yeah, okay, so I have had had a cold sore on my lip. I've had gonorrhea a few times, and then at one point in time, it was just like, well, I kept sleeping with the same asshole I was getting it from. Excuse my language.
It's okay, we blew that long.
Yeah, we made it clear this was adult language episode.
So, anyways, because I kept doing it, you know, I mean, like, that was my love, that was my fiance, and, you know, if you don't do a partner treatment, one person stays infected, and just because they're not showing signs in one area or the other, like in their mouth or the front, it doesn't mean that they don't have it somewhere else. So, and this time, in this circumstance, they had it in the ass, but they didn't have it anywhere else. So, there was no way to see, you know, for me, but meanwhile, if I wanted it, you know, but it was easy to tell on me. You know, therefore, after a while, I was just like, okay, yeah, well, here, just give me the damn shot already, you know, and then just kind of like, okay, yeah, well, just give me a shot, I'll just go get a shot, whatever. So I was one of those ones who you just.
When do you say that's enough? Hey, you need to go with me, or we're not having sex
No,
anymore?
and that's what I did. I did, but then we went away for full 2 weeks. Anyway.
You know, you mentioned that you'd had cold
We were
sores.
no. I've had a cold sore before.
But I was going to say, I was going to mention that you had cold sores. You could, if you sucked anybody's dick, you could have passed that to them genitally. We confirmed that last week.
Right. Now, do I do anything like that if I have a cold sore on my mouth? No, I don't. I don't. It'll be like on my like outer lip or something like that. But it's something very visible, and I'm pretty sure someone would not want to put anything near me, nor would I want them to put anything near me while I have something like that on my face. I wouldn't even want to be seen, let alone have anyone go near it. It's just common sense. Syphilis, no. Hep C, no. Hep B, no. Everything else, no.
You also got to remember, Hep C is the one that you can, right? You cannot get rid of.
No, actually, you can now. Originally, it was untreatable, but they have developed treatments for it now. So, and is it Hep B?
Hep B.
Hep B.
Okay, I stand corrected. You know, these STDs are no joke. Those shots, the medication that you have to take for a week, it's just crazy. You know, especially if.
So which one gives you the medication for a full week?
I thought it was gonorrhea.
Yeah, I think it's gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, they just give me the shot
I
like
think gonorrhea,
4
right?
pills.
Sorry.
The
You
shot
take the
and-
pills for a whole week, the shot and the pills, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Shot in
a
what?
shot and
The
4
pills.
pills. But they give you the 4 pills.
Big ol'
for
horse
chlamydia
pill.
Yeah, okay.
as a, you know, like, just to treat that too, just in case, but I never came up with chlamydia. It was just the gonorrhea. And that was in California, I never got it back down here. So
And then-
I left out, you know, just stay away from out there.
And then I forgot which STD is that you get the shot, then you have to go back another 3 months or like 6 weeks later.
No, you gotta go and get a notice of cure. I went and I got my notice of cure.
Okay.
So I haven't had it since.
You know,
Well, anybody who is getting regular HIV checkups, they should be checking you every time for a
Oh yeah,
STD.
no, okay, so they do a complete panel. You know, university is pretty good about that. So even though I am positive, you know, obviously I'm here. But that doesn't mean just because I'm here that, you know, not everybody here is positive. I gotta rephrase that. So anyways, I get all my labs done. I don't skip a dose on any of my meds. I'm actually very healthy, and my numbers are like over 1,000 right now. So I don't see where I would possibly be going wrong. If I have like any kind of bad dental work or whatever or anything like that, I don't put my mouth on anybody. And for the longest time, I didn't even have sex. But now it's a whole other story. I'm comfortable enough because I've been undetectable long enough to continue to have sex. So
What do y'all take for your all's HIV?
A what?
Your HIV medication, what do y'all take?
Victoria.
You take Biktarvy? What do you take?
I'm on prep.
Oh, you're on PrEP, that's right. You're negative, that's right. But, so that, or do you take Truvada or the
Don't
COVID?
play.
oh, same.
Yeah.
I was on prep.
I was on prep and I had got HIV, yes I did.
And which PrEP do you take, Truvada or Descovy?
Cameras on you.
Descovy. Discovery.
Oh, hello, what did I do?
So
me figure out how I-
Sylvia just wrote, there are two different 12-week treatments for Hep C, and it is finally curable. Which is great. A 12-week treatment? Wow, that's just a long
Let
time.
me figure this out real quick.
That's not bad though to like hear it from us, but you run the risk that okay, yeah, anybody who you know
did I fix
had
this
know like your main flings or whatever that you've been doing it with, because you've been raw dogging it with them. The moment you go and try to hit it again after you get cleared up, you're gonna get it again.
It was going back to STDs, is, we're all worried about.
I don't know how I did that.
I don't know how
Is it still
you do that.
facing you?
No, it's facing you now.
No, it's facing
So
you.
basically,
Facing you.
No, it's,
oh, no, it is, remember, it's got a delay.
it's, you got the delay. I somehow pushed the wrong button over here, I guess, accidentally, I'm sorry.
So I wonder how to do it.
Y'all are much better looking than I am, so.
We touched a lot of
I know, I think I
subjects
accidentally hit
today,
that button.
from STDs to ghosting to blocking, to actually sending pictures. I still stand by, I don't have to send a dick picture or ass picture to anybody, unless it's my partner and unless we've been together for a while. That's the only way I'm going to do that, unless it's my partner,
But sometimes it's just so much fun, like you're like, okay, well here I'm like 5 minutes away, and like you better get on it as soon as I get there, type thing. It's kind of, it can be a foreplay, it can be made into like something fun.
That's fine, it was foreplay, but.
By sending
You're like, I need to put the thermometer in your mouth, and you need to tell me what my temperature is because I feel really on fire right now. I feel really on fire.
Alright, you lost me.
Yeah.
But if hey, I understand what you're saying. If whomever you're dating or having sex with sends you a dick picture, yo, get up here now, it's fucking hard. Or look at this ass, it's juicy, it's waiting for you. Or like, alright, you're fucking going 80 on a 25 zone,
Someone
30
tells me
zone.
their ass is juicy. I don't want to. When they got a juicy ass, they have a fat ass, like a peach.
But no.
That's a juicy ass. Or they might say have a juicy dick. You'd be over there trying to swallow that shit.
But you know what? Okay, so because of my experiences with the gonorrhea, I have the biggest of like I get grossed out, and I can't, if I see pre-cum, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Because it's automatic, like PTSD on me, because I was like, oh no, because that's what it first starts off looking like, is gonorrhea, and even if it's pre-cum, I'm not fucking with it, I'm sorry. You better put that away. You better put it away.
On that note,
But if a hole is juicy and dripping out and stuff, I'm not putting anything in it.
okay, on that note,
It's not cool.
on that note, we can go down the table. We did not introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We'll introduce ourselves, and we will call it a night.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Some announcements.
Hey, how's it going? Name is Santiago. I am with Living Positive. I'm the public relations, but I also am with ESHA in San Antonio. I also am with Ryan White Planning Council and the Syphilis Task Force. I try to keep busy, try to be involved as much as possible.
The poster boy.
Poster boy for syphilis, fucker. Understand, we are going to add the link. Just added this in real quick. We are going to add the link for Anonymous every Tuesday because there are people that are bashful and don't want to be judged for what they say or what they really want to say. So, hey, do what you got to do. If you want to jump into Anonymous and ask us questions, please do. And don't be afraid, because we're not going to name you, because it already says Anonymous. We don't know who you are. You could be Mark telling me that he likes this, that, or third. He probably like typing down here, but hey, So try to use the anonymous link as well. But again, I've been positive going on 4 years, and I'm healthy. I'm good. And next person is?
Hi, I'm John. I'm here with you guys. I'm part of Living Positive, and love you guys.
Love you.
I am Benjamin DeSoto, and I'm on 8A's Consumer Advisory Board. I'm one of their members. I was formerly a secretary for them, but I am now only a member because of school. But also too an advocate and an outreach person. I don't know what word to say for that, but for the HIV community and also too for LGBTQ community, excuse me. And I'm HIV positive.
Well, I'm Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Really been positive. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight, who's here with us: Santiago, Benjamin, John, Jace, Caesar, and Wayne. Should we go a bit further? Okay, I'm bad with names, but hey, I got it right this time. I'm going to do a quick announcement. We do have a rumor sale going on this Saturday at 1 Donaldson. I hope I said the address correctly. Guys, we will have a table. If you guys want to stop by and show some love, you guys are more welcome to. We will be selling some items to raise money for Living Positive San Antonio. Also, we will be having, there will be a drag show coming up not this Saturday, but next Saturday, am I correct?
Yes,
October 3rd.
the October 3rd.
October the 3rd.
So,
It will be benefiting Wood on Point.
no, it's October.
We will be having a raffle.
The drag show is October 2nd.
October 2nd, sorry about that. We'll be having a raffle for Living Positive. I hope you guys could join us, and tickets are $15 at the door or online. There's no voice. I swear nothing was in my mouth. And, but
He says nothing's in his mouth, but he's been like this the whole time.
yeah. So, James, have anything to say?
I want to remind people to go register. Today was National Voter Registration Day. I believe October 2nd is the last day you can register to vote in the election. So if you're not registered, go get registered. If you can register somebody, let us know. We'll pass your name on to people so that we can get people registered to vote. And
Don't forget, there is a food bank tomorrow at Health Collaborative. If you can, go grab a box. It's not much, but it's something for the family.
and that's on East Commerce next to the Bazan Library.
It is from 10 to 12.
Okay.
So it's 2 hours. And pretty much it's going to be first come, first serve. So make sure you go over there, grab your food. And if you don't need food, then share the link or share the information with somebody that may need the food. And don't forget also on Saturdays at MCC, Metropolitan Community Church, they also have a food bank like at 8 o'clock in the morning till 12.
And also,
It's early to go line up, if that's okay.
And you better get there early, like 7:15.
also the Episcopal Church on Belknap, which is just right around the corner from MCC.
Right. And they're
They
good,
also,
I heard about it.
they also have a food pantry as well.
You know, again, as much as we mentioned, if you have any comments, concerns, or whatever, if you think we're doing a great job, tell us, hey, you're doing a great job. If you want to say, Santiago, shut the fuck up, hey, tell me that.
Please say that.
Oh, somebody just said that. No, I'm just kidding.
But we need to hear from you. If you want to hear, if you want topics, hey, tell us what your topics are so we can talk about it the following week. You know, we are not bashful. Well, John is a little bit, but we're bringing him on that shell. You know, but me and Mark are willing to argue about anything.
Oh, yeah.
Again, please use the anonymous link if you want to talk about something sexually that you think we're all going to freak out on and you don't want to be judged. Hey, use that link. But again, I'm Santiago, Mark, John, and Benjamin, and everybody else, thank you for watching. Please share this link, and
This will be on YouTube either later tonight or tomorrow morning, because it will be posted on YouTube. Did you want to mention meeting in person?
Oh, yeah. We decided on
The 6th, I believe. Yes.
October the 6th, we will actually start having people come in. with us. We will allow 15 people at the moment. If you're interested in joining us, there'll be a light snack meal sort of going on from 6:30 to 7, and at 7 we go live. Understand, most likely you will be on camera if you do join us.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be in camera, when you're here, we could move you to another table where you will not be on camera. But on October the 2nd, we will go.
October 6th.
October the 6th, sorry. Oh my God, October the 6th is a long day. We will start having people here at Will on Point. We're living positive San Antonio. And if, like I said, if you guys want to join us, let me know. I'll put my number up again tonight. I'll put Wayne's number, Jay's number up, and you can contact one of us and let us know if you want to join us. Okay, and on that note, I want to say thank you. Love you guys, and we will see you next week.